Hey everybody, Sharon here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today back in 12 minutes doing the third and final second half loop. So we are going for the Confessed achievement. As like the other two, the second half loops can be done in the second half of the game. The halfway mark of the game is denoted by your first visit to the library. So make sure you play the game up to that point, and then once you get back into the apartments, you are going to start the second half of the game. So anytime during this second half of the game, you can work on this achievement. Start of a fresh loop, make sure you head into the closet and then grab the cell phone. We are going to have to call Bumblebee because we are going to need a little extra time for this, so you need to make sure you stall the cop. So make sure you call Bumblebee, and then once you get to the 4 options, you want to make sure you pick an option that stalls the cop, so you don't want to get rid of him completely. So just pick the 3rd option, say your wife is innocent, and that should buy you a little extra time. Once you have that, make sure you head on back into the living room. Skip the conversation with the wife if you want to. The only thing we are really going to need is the pocket watch, so just head straight into the bathroom, close the door behind you, and then make sure you open up the medicine cabinet. Make sure you use the house keys on the ventilation grid, and then make sure you look inside the shaft for the pocket watch. You're going to have the pocket watch in your inventory in order to get the result of the loop that you are looking for. So make sure you grab that, and then once you have the pocket watch, we're going to head back into the living room. Once back in the living room, we are going to talk to the wife. We are going to have a pretty long conversation with her. This is going to be a pretty wordy loop, so be a little patient on this one. So make sure you talk to the wife, and then we're going to start out with this option. Talk about her past, and then tell her what really happened. So both the 3rd option. Keep skipping through the text by mashing that A button. Once you get to this choice, make sure you say you killed her father. And then after that, we are going to reedify our confession by picking say it's your fault. And then we are going to keep going through this. Next option is going to be say you will confess to the cop. And then we are going to keep going, and then once the conversation ends on its own, where she doesn't want to talk anymore, we are just going to wait until the cop comes. Fastest way is to head into the bedroom and then click on the bed. Your character should take a little nap, and then he should wake up right before the cop gets to the door. So once the cop shows up, you should automatically get out of bed. Make sure you head back into the living room. The wife is going to open the door regardless of what we do, so you can kind of just stand around here, or you can just run around the apartment if you really want to. They're going to have a pretty lengthy conversation, and then what's going to end up happening is the cop is going to confront us, and then we are supposed to confess to him like we are supposed to. So just make sure you get through all of this bits, and then once he talks to you, we are going to make sure we reply. So make sure you pick this one. Tell him you killed her father. And then we are going to keep going through this. Then you're going to pick say it's your fault to reiterate that, and then that's going to eventually lead to this conversation choice. Make sure you tell him about the watch. You should hand it over to him if it's in your inventory, which is why we grabbed it from the bathroom earlier, and that should complete things. He's basically going to leave. The wife is going to be super mad at us, and she's going to tell us to leave as well. To end the loop, you actually have to step outside the front door, so make sure you do that, and then once you leave, the loop is going to end, but more importantly, that should get you this achievement. There it is. It's going to be for 80 gamer score, and that's all there is to it.